it's now being resolved. So I've just listed the members that should be on the screen. And just be mindful, of course, we are live and open to the public. So just before we make a start, I'd like to ask members to introduce themselves in running order as on the agenda, the Planning Committee agenda today, please. I'll start myself, of course. My name's Councillor Eamon Higgins. I'm the Chair of the Planning Committee here at Hyndburn Borough Council.
Councillor Dave Parkins, Vice Chair of Planning at Hyndburn and the Court Member. Thank you.
Councillor Judith Addison, Shadow Chair of the Planning Committee, and the Councillor in Emmanuel Ward Oswald Whistle.
Jean?
Councillor Jean Battle, Member for Church.
Councillor Stephen Button, Member for Altham Ward.
Councillor Stuart Eves, from St Andrews Ward, Altham Whistle.
Councillor Abdul Khan, Centre Ward Councillor, Member Planning Committee.
Councillor Kath Pratt, replacing Patrick McGinley.
Sorry, Paddy's next, but it's Councillor Kate Walsh.
Terry Hearn, Councillor for Baxenden.
Councillor June Harrison for Barnfield.
Melissa?
Apologies, Councillor Melissa Fisher for Clayton Limoys.
Okay, thank you. And if I could ask members to turn off their cameras, please, that apart from the said list. Thank you. Okay, so today's agenda, just one item on today. Agenda item number 1. Apologies for absence, substitutions, declarations of interest and dispensations.
Sorry, Chair, Councillor Short. I obviously have already I've given my dispensation, so I won't be sitting on the committee today, but I will be talking. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Rachel, I couldn't just hear you when you were speaking then, Rachel.
You're muted, Rachel.
I'll just go back to the apologies, Chair. So I've got apologies from Councillor Paddy Short, and we've got Lorraine Cox, who's subbing for Councillor Paddy Short. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Agenda item 2, minutes of the last meeting, to submit the minutes of the Planning Committee held on the 2nd of December 2020 for approval as a correct record. I recommend that the minutes be received and approved as a correct record. So I'll move the minutes. We've got a seconder, please.
I'll second them, Chair. Councillor Parkins.
Councillor Parkins. Thank you very much. And agenda item number 3. Town and Country Planning Act 1990. Planning application 3A11/20/0204. That's land adjacent to Charter Street, Accrington. A major full erection of 100% affordable zero carbon housing scheme of 46 properties across a mix of apartments and family homes, including a community training hub, communal growing space, a children's play area, private and communal gardens, and associated landscaping, parking and cycle storage. And that's the only item of agenda on today's agenda. Now, Councillor Parkins, we want to come in at this juncture.
Can I propose, Chairman, that we defer this application for the reasons being in today's report, i.e. biodiversity, etc., and give the applicant more time to work with officers of the council to put a lot more meat on the bone, and it comes back at a later date, Chairman. So I propose that we defer this application today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Parkins. Do I have a seconder for that proposal?
Yes, I'll second that proposal.
That's seconded by Councillor Steve Button.
It is.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll just say that the planning, we did receive an email, quite a comprehensive email addressing some of the concerns in the officer's report 45 minutes prior to the meeting. Well, of course, that is too late to submit a piece of documentation so close to a planning committee meeting. However, I've had a look through it and reading it, it just really goes to back up a deferment to allow these things to be addressed. And just before we close, really, I think I'd just like to say that when I read the report that Mr. Moon has submitted, you know, I was sort of quite excited about it, but there are some concerns that do need further addressing before we can move forward with it. So, you know, I hope that Mr. Moon and his associates can work with our planning officers at Hyndburn Council and get a few I's dotted and a few T's crossed, and then we'll welcome this back to committee at some time, hopefully in the near future. So I'm going to put it to a democratic vote now.
Could I just ask, Chair, what does the solicitor say? The council solicitor, Mrs. Parkinson, would it be in order for us to defer it?
If you consider that the matter should be deferred for further information, then you can vote on that proposal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, members. So if you could show your hand if you are in favour of deferring the application. That's is that unanimous? I think that's it. Is it? No. How many is that? Yeah. And thank you. If you could take your hands down now, please. You get the numbers, Angela. Yeah. And if you could show your hands if you're against the deferral of the application. Okay. Well, that's clearly carried. It's an overwhelming vote to defer this application for some further works to be done with the planning officers. So there's only that item on the agenda. So I'd like to thank members for attending, and it was a very, very brief meeting. And I'm sure once these items are addressed, you know, we can move forward. And thank you very much. That's the meeting now closed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.